What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, today you're seeing some Modern Warfare 2 gameplay. This is not from me. This is from a good friend of mine here on YouTube. Played with him a good amount the past year or so. It's been about a year now since I met this dude. This dude's name is Fooly. You've probably seen his channel, probably seen a video or two by him. At least if you watch me or Blame Truth or Thunder or anyone, you've probably seen a video of his in passing. Really good commentator, really good dude, and he basically just donated this gameplay. It's not his best gameplay, and to be fair, I probably wouldn't give my best gameplay to someone else either, but hey, you know what? It's gameplay. I'm not on the PlayStation, I'm on PC, as you guys know. I have not touched this game yet. I have not played in a lick of Modern Warfare 2. Why'd I say lick? But this dude has given his official opinions, or as official as a beta can get. So go check out his channel, go check out his videos if you're inclined to do so. But today I want to talk about some of the big issues that I've been hearing, reading about, watching, seeing other people, and kind of just going through, looking at this gameplay alone. You can tell there's some big issues. There's some big things that are just kind of whack about this game, from visibility, skill-based matchmaking, perk system, time to kill. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff. So if you're interested in the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, especially next weekend. We're going to go crazy with the videos. I'm going to be uploading, my original thoughts on PC, giving you guys not really hot takes, but just giving you guys my honest opinions. Going to make videos very, very often. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. So stick around, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into some of the main things about this game that I just don't really agree with so far. Number one, this is kind of what I thought originally, but some people are mixed about it. Some people really don't mind it. Some people really hate it. Some people like it. And it's the perk system. The perk system is wildly unnecessary. This change did not need to happen, where you have two base perks, one expert perk, I think it's called, and then one ultimate perk. Basically, the ultimate perks are completely busted. I think I talked about it last video, stuff like Ghost, High Alert, and Survivor, which is Last Stand. We don't necessarily need to get Ghost after 50% of the match. It just feels kind of weird, especially because if someone gets a UAV, you're not screwed, but you're a huge disadvantage, especially because nobody has Ghost. So whoever gets a UAV first, this is what I've been hearing on things like Reddit and Twitter. People just go berserk when they have a UAV at first, and then they know where everyone is, because you really can't hide. There's no Ghost. There's nothing until at least halfway through the match. So the perk system, it just seems wildly unnecessary. I don't think that they're going to change it. They're not going to revert it back unless everyone hates it, which I don't think everyone hates, unfortunately. I kind of get what they're going for. They want to spice it up. They want to make things accessible for new players who maybe get, confused with, a bunch of new perks, a bunch of new things right off the bat. So I get that, I think that I understand why they probably do something like that. But to me, to expert players, or to players who've played Call of Duty more than one time in their life, it just seems unnecessary. Good players are going to know what perks to run anyway. They don't need a handicap. They don't need to be told oh, hey, run this and you'll get Ghost in 50%. This is a stealth class perk system. You don't need that. That's part of the fun of inventing and making your own classes too. That's what Call of Duty's been predicated on. So I don't really get the idea of taking that away personally. Next up, and this is something that I personally have not experienced because, again, haven't touched the game yet, but apparently the Gunsmith level system needs to be easier to understand. I watched a video from neroscinema. I've honestly been watching Nero, Thunder, Ace, Blame Truth, even prestigeiskey. I've been watching a lot of these dudes give their honest opinions because there's not that many people giving opinions these days. This is what I've noticed. Quick little side tangent on YouTube. People are uploading live comms and talking less and less about the game, their opinions on the game, and just talking about how the game is, or just showing the game. I understand that to a degree because talking about a game, especially if you do it every single day, can probably get redundant, but I want to know more about what people think, good players think about the game. So I don't know. I just kind of wish more YouTubers did that. If you know any, let me know in the comment section, which YouTubers should I be watching for commentaries, I guess, something like that. Anyway, getting back into the Gunsmith leveling game, I saw this from Nero. Basically, he talked about how confusing it was to switch from an M4 to an M16, and it looked really confusing. I watched that video. I was kind of half listening, half watching, and I don't understand what he said, and I think the fact that a commentator can try to break it down as easy as possible for me, and I still don't really understand, just kind of shows how not smooth, not congruent that idea is. And if I'm someone who's been playing COD for a while and I don't understand, and Nero's been playing for a while and he has to make a video explaining it, chances are someone who's picking up the game probably isn't going to understand anything. So yeah, that's my suggestion. Try to make this easier to understand, you know, like it doesn't have to be brain dead simple, but maybe make it so it's like it's not super like I have to do mental gymnastics to understand, you know, how to switch a gun into like an M16 or something like that. That's just my personal opinion here. Another thing that I've been hearing around the Twitter sphere is that the time to kill seems a little too fast. I've seen some clips of people, you know, walking out of a room and getting absolutely melted. Like you thought you got melted by snipers in Black Ops 2 or something like that. These guys turn a corner, get shot in the toe, and they're dead. You know, it's like, yeah, that's a little too fast. And you know, especially in stuff like Search and Destroy or something where you really can't like, you know, rush around or you know, you're a high risk of rushing around if you do. Yeah, I don't know about the whole time to kill thing there. I think that they need to adjust it a little bit or maybe balance it a little bit. I know that, you know, people, I think it was Nero, he said that like the weapon balance wasn't super bad at the moment, which is pretty reassuring for a beta, which means that they're probably been testing that. So I think that's honestly an underrated feature. You know, a lot of people complain about what's bad in the beta, but they don't really complain about what's good. Obviously, they don't really highlight what's good. So I think the fact that he mentioned that was pretty positive, was pretty nice on his part. Next thing up, people want the slide cancel back. And, you know, I've seen a lot of clips of like, you know, your movement gods here on Twitter and Rebirth and stuff like that, talking about how they break cameras, how they you know, got the new the new slide cancel down. I think even Fooly in this video, I think he might do it a few times here. Yeah, I think he does. I don't really understand the need to change it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to change things sometimes, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel for every little thing, especially in something like this where you know that people are going to come back and do the exact same thing. People are going to try to come back and break this again. So I don't think, I'm not like a huge fan of how they did it here. You know, I think we're all just going to learn it and that's going to be what it is. So it's like a week learning process. I think people found out how to break it again in like a day. So, you know, it is what it is there. I'm going to be slide canceling as soon as I figure out how to do it. I want to see how they do it on keyboard and mouse because so far it's just been on PlayStation. So yeah, man, not much, you know, feedback there, I guess. Personally, I want slide canceling back, so, you know, if they can bring it back, then that'd be nice. A pretty big complaint coming up here in something that I did not talk about is that there's too much visual smoke when shooting at people. Visibility in general isn't as bad as like Cold War or Vanguard, apparently, just probably because the graphics are actually good in this game, but you know, there's actual visual smoke when you shoot at people, when people shoot at you, and it's like, it's hard to pinpoint exactly who you're shooting at when there's like a cloud of smoke around their gun. So maybe take that away, you know, take away that visual like lack of clarity. And I think everyone, you know, whether you're shooting or getting shot at, I think everyone will have more fun, you know, just like, hey, I can actually see who I'm shooting at. I can see who's shooting at me. And it's like, it's not going to be wildly annoying where I don't know where I'm dying from. And like I said before, the time to kill is crazy fast. So you don't know where you're dying from and you die in the blink of an eye. Just kind of a recipe for a disaster, if you ask me. Next two things up are things that are very, very common, very basic that everyone has talked about. Footsteps are ridiculously loud yet again. And the fact that there's, I guess there is dead silence now, but there wasn't before. The fact that this is happening means that a lot of people are scared to move. I know Fooly's using dead silence here in this video. I don't know how he did it, but you can ask him, I guess, in his comment section. But yeah, I mean, like, dead silence is necessary. It definitely needs to be like a crutch perk if you're going to have footsteps this ridiculously loud. And the fact that it's a field upgrade and not a perk is very disappointing. It's very discouraging. You know, it's just another year of people too scared to move, and I guess we have to get used to that now. That's kind of the standard for Call of Duty now. Even in, you know, Cold War, like a Treyarch title, they don't want you to move for some reason. So it is what it is there. I don't need footsteps to be absolutely silent, but I need footsteps to not be, hey, he's in 3 rooms away from me, I'm just gonna sit here. You know, like, not that loud, okay? Like, it could be loud, like, hey, he's about to turn the corner on me. Sure, okay, you can have that, I guess, but yeah, man, I don't know how I feel about that. Same deal with red dots on the minimap. It's just like, we don't need that as well. I mean, red dots on the minimap, it's just like, why take that away? It's nobody complained about that. Nobody was upset about that. So I don't know what they're doing in terms of that. But yeah, that's it for the video, man. Again, shout out to Fooly. Thanks for the video. Thanks for the gameplay rather. Again, I'm going to be playing this next weekend, trying to get as much gameplay as possible. Hopefully you enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I really appreciate the recent support, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that might be. I'll try to make some videos here and there, but again, without playing the beta, there's not much to talk about yet. So thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later. Subscribe if you're new, and peace.